overdue, okay? I am super sorry. I was gone in Florida and I meant to do a review on these 2 books for January. So I'm going to do them right now. All I have to tell you is this, and this is a pretty good start. If you did not read the Dream Big book, oh my goodness, Bob Goff did an amazing job. Here on YouTube, I also have another area that I put most of my energy in, and that's the woman's ministry. And for the month of January, we did a study called Dream Out Loud. I've actually written so much material on dreaming out loud, and I've been teaching it for over the last 15 years. I really, really felt after reading this book that half of my material was in here. And I'm like, if he put a book together, I can put a book together. So he really helped me dream about what can happen. So again, I use a color-coded system. It's right here in this video if you have not ever looked at my antidote system. But I pretty much highlighted this entire book. There was so much in here that jumped out to me. Yellow highlighter really has a lot to do with my ministry when I see ideas of where this can be put into my ministry. And I must have highlighted a ton for ministry reasons. Like I can pull this in to HB Ministries in a lot of ways. So first of all, I am going to give this book a 10. Please let me know in the comments what you rated this book. It's a 10 for me because I think he really prepared you to get ready to dream big. And I think it was such a beautiful book to go alongside of our Dream Out Loud series that we did right here on YouTube. So as we were studying that in January, we were reading this, and I felt that the couple together was absolutely perfect. One thing that I loved, okay, again, visuals. Like, what are things that jumped out to me? That's something that I highlight in purple. So one thing that I loved, it's like something that I think I'll use forever, but on page 4, he says, he talks about The Wizard of Oz and how the movie started in black and white in the beginning, and then all of a sudden went to color. And he talked about how everything goes from black and white and then to color, and the whole movie takes on a different pace, and how this silent flip can happen in our own life. We can feel a drag, we can feel like things aren't lining up, and then actually everything goes to color. And I loved that visual. I thought, what a powerful visual. I'm going to take that with me. That is one thing I'm going to take out of this book, and I'm going to use that all the time. Another illustration that he gave was on page 5 about the balloon. He says, don't be all balloon and no string in your life. We need to be anchored in God and tied to one another. I thought that was so good. Like the illustration of that, I was thinking about the ministry, tied to one another. Otherwise, we're just kind of floating around with no vision, no structure, and ministry and other women helping you kind of keeps you tied down and anchored. So he had some really good visuals in this book. I'm a visual, so I started to write a lot of these things down. Again, I was using bookmarks as I was reading. So if you had any visual moments where you just remember it because you were reading, please put that in the comment section also. Another part that I thought was, he really got you. And that was on page 27 in the chapter, Where Are You? He really got honest in these pages and the way he wrote it out to get you honest with yourself. And you can see that I did a lot of highlighting here. He really wanted you to figure out where you were and what you are doing with your life and being honest with how you feel, whether you feel really low or really high, or why are you going to stay stuck there? And man, the only way you can establish the beginning of your journey is with brutal honesty. And he talked all about this. Figuring it out means getting real. And that chapter, powerful. Then he talks about, what do you want? Again, we did all of this. As a matter of fact, if you go over to my heatherbaxter.com and you go to my ministry store, I actually have a free download that I do every single year on visioneering. Where are you right now? Where do you want to go? What do you want to be? And this was before I read his book. So when I really read his chapter on what do you want, I thought, wow, he taught me again by what I already, was teaching to everyone on our ministry site, but he really made it come alive. Like he was a straight shooter. But anyway, what do you want? When you figure out where you are, then you can figure out what you want and why you want that. So I taught about what could be and should be. So we had the same type of language going on. And again, that really helped me see that God can take the Dream Out Loud material I have and really put it into a book. Because if his was that powerful, maybe my reading will be just as powerful to someone else. So again, I loved the way I highlighted a lot. Wake up to the new ways to get there. Then do what it takes so you're ready when your time comes. I highlighted things in green when it's a personal application. So I had a lot of green in this chapter. It says, be real and it will be the most noble thing you'll do all year. Trust me, heaven will be doing cartwheels if you finally get real about who you are and what you really want. I mean, again, he's a straight shooter. I love the way he writes. He's just really clear and really gets you to think. Again, I loved his titles too. He had a title called Chasing the Jeep. There's a big difference between waving at Jesus and following him. Super good chapter. Loved that. And let's see, I don't know. If you ladies had a favorite chapter, let me know. But I really loved that one. Oh, another one was at the end, 1,000 words a day. I have a lot highlighted. Live your life undistracted. And look how much. So he was talking about affirmations. He really gave me a great idea on page 168 and 169 that I'm actually implementing. And he talks about making a list of your ambitions, make a date with yourself, and put reminders everywhere. I actually did that. I went ahead and I took the little sticky notes and I took 16 of them, just like he said here. And on each one, I was crystal clear about what I was focusing on. And I put that in my journal. So I actually did everything on page 168 and put that in my journal. So that was really, really good. I have those science project boards that you can get, the poster boards that you can get at the store. I've always used those. So this was something I already did. I just added more. I only had like 3 or 4. And when he said put 16, I added to it. I'm a girl that loves to do affirmations anyway. I think that's great. So I loved the way he said to make 16, not just a couple. So I wrote a ton down. And that is something that you can add either to your vision board, because we learned that, or you can just put it in your journal. But I really liked that. That was pretty awesome. Then on page 171, I loved this part of the book because it talked about they will help you stay awake in your life as you make progress toward your ambition. So he's talking about your affirmations that you write down. And I circled the word stay awake because that's the theme for our entire women's ministry over at HB Women's Ministry. You can, again, I do a lot of teaching. If you're here just for my book club, I do tons of teaching on the HB Women's Ministry site. So go ahead and check out some of those videos and come along with us. Actually, this month we're doing a study called Vivid, going from vague to vivid in your faith and in your relationship with God. And the theme for the whole year is staying fully awake. It's normal to get distracted, but figure out in this life how you're going to live an undistracted life, but get focused on what God wants you to see clearly, your ambitions, because the enemy wants to set you up to be completely scattered. So this book was really good, that you need to put your ambitions in front of you and you can go after them. Your approach might have to be a change of game plans, and he talks about that in his chapter on setbacks. You might have to just change the way you're doing things. Very, very good. Tons of lessons in this book. Really, really good. I absolutely loved it. Again, to me, I thought it was a great way to reflect on my last year and then really see how I view dreaming out loud according to him. Now, if you're really new to this whole dreaming out loud, he coupled very well with the stuff that I'm teaching on my channel. And actually, my channel helps you dive into it more with handouts, and we really put vision boards together and we wrote out affirmations. So if you're just here for my book club, you're going to want to head over there and watch all of our series, and then head over to the HB Women's Ministry group over on Facebook and look at everybody else's vision boards. Look at their affirmations. Look at their war binders, because everything that we did here is exactly what I feel he was teaching. I mean, really, really to the T. I was kind of excited about that when he came out with this book. I loved it. I love languages. Visioneering and being a visioneer and a dreamer is my language. It's my spiritual language. I'm driven by that. This book, 10 all the way around. Let me know if you liked it. The other book that I read was Miracle Morning. Loved this. Loved it. Now, let me share this. If you are following me in the Vivid study, at the very last week of Vivid, which will be the last week of February, I'm going to talk about my morning routine. My morning routine is very similar to this. I have a lot of the same habits as him. And so I love reading other people's routines. It's, again, I'm a planner girl. I could sit for hours and watch planner videos on YouTube. Love to do that. So I love listening to other people's morning routines, and it's something that increases my drive and helps me change up some things, or, do different things. So he talked about his journals, being a journaler. I love how he pulls out all his journals, reviews them from the year, sets up something so he can have accelerated growth. And that jumped out to me. I loved his way of mapping out and really studying his past journals. I also like his little breath prayers that he shares in here. For his miracle morning. I have those down, and I thought that was neat. But are you a morning person? Do you love the miracle mornings? Do you practice a morning routine? Let me know. If you're not into that, you're not going to like this book, because it really pushes you to start. So let me know in the comments. Are you a morning routine person? Do you have a hard time with that? What time do you get up? I mean, my goal is 4:45. to get up, get moving, and start my business, because I'm working from home, so things need to be organized. If I start later in the day, it just doesn't work. And I need that quiet space. I need that meditation time. I need that prayer time, that affirmation time. I need my journaling time. I need my time to review my dreams and goals and then really get ready. And I also love to do a little reading in the morning for whatever book we're in for the month. That's what I like to get done in that 2-hour period, and work out. So for me, Miracle Morning is huge. It really sets the tone for how I'm going to go after the rest of the day, and all of the priorities and the jobs God has given me, and graced me with the privilege of doing and serving. So in order to serve the best, I think my mornings really set the tone for me. Let me know if you're in the same. So again, I love reading the way different people learn how to create their miracle mornings and how that transforms their day. So this book was good. I loved the way he talks about, his accident and what happened and how he was kind of pushed into forming a miracle morning. He does his mornings around the word savers, SAVERS. And I do mine around just knowing my 5 habits. There's just 5 habits that I do. And I'll talk about those in my Vivid study. But basically, I'm very similar to him, okay? He starts his morning in silence. Then he goes into affirmations. Then he goes into visions. E is exercise. And then he has R is reading and S is scribing. So pretty much the same thing. I exercise first. And then I go into, after I do my stretching and stuff, I go into my silent time where I just really set an intention for the day. And then I do some affirmations, which is meditation. And then I get up and I review my dreams and goals, look at my vision board. And then from there, I do some reading and scribing. So the same thing I tend to do. I just don't have a word for it, and it's not in this order. So do you do some of the same things as this? And if you read it, what is your savers? What does your morning look like? I'm just curious. And if you would like to see a morning routine and I just film that here on my channel, let me know, because maybe I'll put something together and just do, I don't have a name for it. There's nothing special. It's just my 5 habits, my morning routine. And you're going to learn about that in the Vivid study. If you head over to heatherbaxter.com and hit the February workshop, you'll see what we're doing there, and you can join the study. In the last week of the study, I'm going to be talking about I guess we can call it Miracle Morning. So that is my review on these 2 books. What would I rate this? I would rate it a 10, because it's a very action. He gets to the point. He explains what his miracle morning looks like, and it's transformational. So if you do this and you try it, it's going to transform you. I cannot rate a book under a 10 if it has really good movement to it. Every single one of his savor moments are super important. I think that we should be doing that every single morning, or whatever time of the day is like your morning. But morning for me sets the tone. It's just the way it is. And so I think that this would be a 10. So I was really excited about my 2 books. Now, we're going to launch our book for February, and I'm getting a late start. I'm starting it right now. The book for February is right here, Prophesying Like a Prophet. I am excited about that. I'm actually starting that this week. So because I launched the Vivid study, I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and launch this book now too. I kind of took a week off of just silence as I prepped for my new study and this book. And because we're only reading one book in the book club, I thought we were safe to start a week late. Prophesying Like a Prophet by Keith Ferrante is the name. So if you haven't had that, head over to Amazon and you can grab your book and you can still be on time, or you can do the Audible version. Audible's great. If you're in your car, you can listen to it. If you're cleaning, whatever you're doing, you can listen to it. So I've been doing Audible a lot. I want this book on hand though, because I actually want to highlight and learn some things about prophesying like a prophet. So to me, I want that book. I'm very excited about it. So my book just came in the mail, and I'm going to be starting that tomorrow morning. So who is in on the February book read? Let me know in the comments below. All right, I will talk to you later. Bye-bye, sisters.